What's up, everyone? Welcome. Happy Thursday.
Welcome to the Rival and Queen podcast. We are so happy to be here.
Welcome back. We are so happy. It's Thursday.
We love it. I'm Sarah. This is Ashley.
I'm Ashley.
We have a special episode for you.
We do. We had a really good time.
We had a fabulous time. Also, we're in the middle of November and I've just gone full Christmas mode. I've been trying to keep myself from putting up my Christmas tree and I've decided, screw it. It's going up.
Just do what your heart wants.
My heart, for some reason.
I haven't got there. I want to.
No, you're not there yet, but I'm surprised I'm here yet. And I'm here.
I'm surprised I'm not. But I feel like in my mind, the last few months have been such a blur. I think it's September in my mind. You know what I mean? That I think it's just going to hit me, but I can't wait for the coziness around the tree.
I'm ready for the coziness and it's going to happen.
The rum and eggnog
tomorrow. I haven't even thought about that. I just want my tree up and I want the decorations. I think it's going to take me ages to decorate.
No,
I don't even care.
An hour max.
Hell no. Are you joking?
No.
It's definitely not. I got to hang boughs. Sorry, not bows, boughs. And then I got to decorate the boughs and then I got to put the tree up and then I got to decorate the tree. That's not an hour.
Sarah's apartment's going to be a disaster for 3 days.
It's not going to be a disaster for 3 days, but it will definitely take me more than an hour to decorate. I think that's optimistic even for you. I mean, I'm the one with terrible time management. Even I'm like, an hour is underestimating this task.
Yeah, well, I could time you.
Could I time you? Can you decorate your house in an hour?
Not that. Okay, we're talking about a tree.
No, I'm talking Christmas decorations.
So I know exactly where everything goes and how I want to.
Yeah, so I don't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
I also don't know what I have. So it's a Christmas mystery.
This is Sarah's episode of Christmas mystery.
Christmas mystery.
What will she pull out of this closet?
Yeah, I don't know is the problem. That's what I don't know. I have though watched already. This is like insane to me because I'm not normally
Pour your heart
I
out.
want to have Christmas November 25th. I'm like December 1st. I'm like really it's the trees. I wanted all the decorations up by then. I want to enjoy it. But this is early for me. I've watched 2 Christmas movies already.
But the spirit, the city, there's lights, the trees are up. I think last year was different. I feel like this year is like explosion of Christmas or whatever holiday.
I want it. I'm making different cookies this year, even.
I think you should.
I am.
Switch it up.
Oh, you don't like them?
I think it's just good to switch it up. I didn't say I didn't like them.
Actually, this is the time.
But I feel like it's more fun for you.
It is.
Yeah.
I want to do gingerbread. I'm going to do my grandmother's
I like gingerbread.
Icebox cookies. I don't remember, to be honest, what I made you last year is the thing.
I don't remember. Gumdrop cake?
No, cherry cake. I will make cherry cake because I make that for me.
I think that you should make, because I like these.
Tell me, please.
Some type of white chocolate chip cookie with like M&Ms and broken up peppermint. What do you call them? Candy cane. I actually made those one year and they're incredible. Every bite has like a chunk of candy in them.
Oh, I like that. All right. Maybe I'll make those just for you. I think that's very sweet. All right.
It is sweet.
It is. It probably is very sweet. In intention and in sugar count. I love that. I saw my dad's puppy yesterday.
Oh, how was he?
Crazy. But so funny, like so adamant that I pick him up that I wasn't paying attention to him. I was paying attention to one of Dad's other dogs. He now has 3 dogs. Him and his girlfriend died, which is, I think, hilarious. 3 dogs is a lot of dogs. There's a lot of personalities going on in that house.
Yeah.
So I was paying attention to his dog because I didn't want her to get jealous, and she's my girl, just like Rue, who's in the studio today, the poodle. And the puppy was like jumping on me relentlessly because I wasn't like holding it or trying to pick it up.
How could you resist?
Well, I just didn't want to hurt Millie's feelings because she's so sweet.
Oh.
So I wanted her to feel the love as number one, but this dog is pretty cute, I gotta say.
See, sometimes
it's like fun to see a puppy.
I get that. And I think it's very similar to people who have new babies and they have children. But I'm call me mean, but sometimes at the mindset, like I'll pay attention to both.
Yeah.
But I'm like, the baby needs love. It's new. It's here. Like everyone needs to know that this is a special thing.
Aww. You know,
I don't know what I'm doing.
We're not here to spread the love. We're here to just give the love to the babies, the newbies. Mm-hmm. I love that. Anything else on your heart right now, Ashley Gilbertasky?
Well, do you know what's not on my heart right now?
What is not on your heart?
Which is good segue into this episode is golf. I just putted in studio. I sunk it. My first drop.
Congratulations. You must be a golf pro.
Basically not. But it's been so long since I played golf. I actually thought about now we're tipping into December and that's just like way behind
golf
us.
No more.
Golf.
I did put all of my golf clothes away yesterday.
I was hopeful to get out one more time.
That was not a hope I shared, but
if it's really cold, it's hard.
Yeah. So on the topic of golf, which is not in Ashley's heart, and we will have to ship her off to an island maybe where she can get some golf in this winter. How about that? Is that on your heart? Mm-hmm. That one's on her heart. Like that's on her heart.
New Year's Eve golf trip.
Perfect. Golf trip to Tampa or somewhere. I don't know. Okay. Golf trip to Scottsdale. Golf trip to Barbados.
Keep going.
I don't know what your vibe is. Australia.
No, I think somewhere more like Barbados.
Bermuda.
Bahamas, yeah. I mean, I don't even know. I know you can golf.
I don't know. I always mess it up.
Anyway.
We've got a special one for you today. We've tied one on for sure. So we have the brothers here today from Dormie Workshop, Jeff and Todd. Good luck telling them apart by their voices.
Mission impossible.
Mission impossible.
They are so lovely. And I actually, for days after, even when I listened back to this episode, we had the giggles. I feel like every time I looked at Jeff or I looked at Todd and then I looked at you, one of us would start laughing. They
are great storytellers, and the stories they share with us, God love them. They are excellent raconteurs, as my dad would say.
Wow. I've never heard that word before.
It's like a French word. But
raconteur.
Yeah, that was excellent. You did better than I did. No, they're great storytellers. They both used to be golf pros. And then they channeled that love in golf. Todd's got some great stories about living in a van at one point. So he channeled that love for golf into a business, and they're known for their custom golf head covers, and they've made some incredible designs. Also, if you're looking for a lovely Christmas gift for the golfer in your life, this would be like the thing.
It's special too, because a lot of them are so unique, or it could be your favorite sport team or a holiday or character. I don't even know. Like they literally can do anything. And it's really special because it's like unique. You have your name on it. Yeah. We were working on the Rival and Queen golf head covers by the end of this, as you guys can imagine. By Crown. Wow. But it's such a beautiful thing that they're like amateur golfers like us or newbies, we can embrace and like spread their brand, but also like the pros are using their brand like all over North America. It's incredible. Listen, the business they built in a couple of years is incredible, and they've very much taken their passion and turned it into a well-known and well-recognized business. They partnered with amazing brands, including the Toronto Raptors, the NHL. They golf with, name the golfer. They're out there with them. Maybe they've got the Dormie swag. Honestly, they've grown the business in an incredible way. So it's a great conversation with Jeff and Todd. We talked about I don't know why that just made me laugh. We talk about what it's like for the brothers to work together. They're building a house together. Ashley's losing it. We get the stories from the green. We have a great time. Do you think I was going to mess up their names? No, just the way you said it was great. I don't even know how you said it. It was just like so serious. I tried to hold my laughter. You know what? I won't Sometimes here at Rival and Queen, we are serious. Okay, Ashley? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. And also they're going to share a really cool story about one of their craziest golf head cover designs, which will blow your mind. They have a video, a reel on Instagram, so you can check that out. And I'm actually going to link it in the show notes for you, the samurai head cover. It's insane. And you can find them on Instagram at Dormie Workshop. And at dormieworkshop.com. Go and shop. And I'm sure if you've been golfing around Nova Scotia or the HRM, you've seen those Dormie trucks parked in the golf course, because I've seen them. Lots of research happens.
Lots of research. All right. Have fun. And next year, if you're golfing at Brunello, stop in on the 10th hole and visit the guys at their house.
Yeah, I'll be waiting.
All right. Well, we are so excited to have the brothers from Dormie Workshop joining us. Welcome, guys.
Thanks so much for having us.
You guys sound so much alike. Maybe we'll let each of you introduce yourself.
I'm just going to lip sync and Jeff can speak for me.
Oh, God. This is going to be...
I'm just going to say, hey, I'm Todd Bishop. And
No! Say it properly so we know.
Let's just confuse everyone right off the get-go.
When Todd's buddies used to call, I'd be like, yo, what's going on, man? I'd be like, yo, Bish, what's up? And I'm like, yo, nothing much, man.
Did that work?
Every time.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Todd, you have nothing to say about this. Did you pretend to be Jeff?
Well, it was usually I was bootlegging to the guys because I was 10 years older. So
Oh.
no, that's not true.
It wasn't true at all. He never bought us alcohol once.
Really?
Yeah.
Your older brother.
Not
I think
once.
that's like a duty of an older brother.
Things have changed. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I guess they've changed.
That's what I get him for his birthday every year.
But he can also go acquire that for himself now.
True.
Yeah. No, it was actually pretty funny, though, because he was like, I lead by example, you know?
So were you not drinking at this time in your youth?
Well, that's the question, that you really need to ask.
I'm asking.
I'd have to do the reverse engineering on the age. When
You had your first drink?
And he used to say, I've never taken a sip of alcohol under the age ever in my life.
Never.
Yeah,
No, we're fact checking this now.
Oh yeah, and then
Todd's got a big smile on his face.
We need to get a Bible out here. You got to put one hand on it. Is that true?
I think it was after my first experience. I probably never had another sip for 2 or 3 years because it was so bad.
And if you believe that,
You are very gullible.
oh my gosh, all his buddies were like, he said that. That is crazy, So
That's like my father actually has this thing where he tells me he never drinks to get drunk. He's never been drunk in his life.
My
And
mom-
I'm like,
my mom
I've
says
been
that
with
too.
you. I remember very vividly a day when you were hungover from I was like, you're lying. Anyways.
it just happens.
Sorry, Dad. I've outed you as someone who has a drink on occasion.
Well, we're so excited to have you guys because Sarah and I recently, I guess in the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, we really got into golf.
Ashley got more into golf than I did, but
This is true.
by not being able to do anything else this spring, I
I don't know how good I got, but it's so fun. We've had so much fun and see your guys' products absolutely everywhere. And thank you guys for donating to our charity golf tournament too.
The cornament?
The tournament.
that actually could be a fun one. Yeah.
That could be.
Everybody dresses up super corny. There's events.
I like this.
Oh, okay.
So you guys make
We're
these
onto something.
amazing leather golf head covers. How did this all begin?
Good question. And certainly wasn't our background.
Okay.
Yeah, leather was the furthest thing from what we knew, but and we did know a lot about golf. We've been in the business for a while, and I would say golfers by their trade or by their desire to be a golf pro love independence, and we were looking for independence. We liked most golf pros are entrepreneurial, and you got to be able to sell yourself. And anyways, we wanted to do some stuff. We had actually made these ball markers originally, and it was called Lined Up Golf, and they were made of glass and had a line on them made of dichroic glass. So it's fused glass with a dichroic glass down the middle of it. All right. And they were handmade in Chester.
Okay, what's dichroic glass though? Because that means nothing to me.
It's the glass that was used on the space shuttle as the Oakley kind of lens.
What?
Yeah.
That's how insane this glass is that it actually was used on the space shuttle. But the process of making this type of glass is so insanely inherently harmful to anything on the planet. They basically just banned it.
Okay.
Fair.
And anyways, it never really caught legs. Well, we did have a win on the LPGA tour with one though, which was really cool. Yeah, we were like watching on the TV, and it was this oh my gosh, this actually could happen. And the girl was lining it up. Her name was Veronica Filbert, and she was lining it up on every single putt. And we're like, the name works perfect. It's lined up. I mean, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. Maybe the way we anticipated. And Todd had come home to start up a golf school. And he was doing well with it. And this is kind of like, we've told this a few times, but it's kind of funny because we had, I don't even know why we had a couple $1,000s saved between the two of us, but we did.
It's because he wasn't buying you booze.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't from lined up, I can tell you that. Todd, I'd said, oh man, let's just do some head covers. I'd looked for some, I couldn't find what I wanted, and maybe saw an opportunity with doing some custom ones. And Todd said, no, let's just throw it into the golf school. And I'm sure he is probably so tired of hearing this, but this is what happened. We're going to get
his take on this in a moment.
And he's like, no, let's just reinvest in the golf school that we got going. I got a good thing going. You're coming back home. Let's just do it. And I said, I don't know. I'm kind of hard-headed when it comes to these sort of things. And I was like, nope, this is what we're going to do. And snap forward 7 years later, this is where we're at.
Crazy. So were you guys both golf pros before?
Yep.
Okay.
And
I didn't know
you guys lived down in Florida for a long time too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, almost 10 years.
Wow.
The mean beaches of Florida.
The mean beaches? Did you find they were mean?
Not really. More welcoming than anything.
The welcoming beaches of Florida, but that sounds less exciting.
Yeah.
So how did you guys get into golf? Like, how did this, the interest begin? Maybe Todd.
Dad. Yeah. Dad's a golf fanatic, and so he introduced the game to us at a very young age, and so that just stuck all the way through. I stopped playing competitive golf when I was 14, and then got back into it when I was about 25, 26. And I don't know when you stopped playing, or did you ever stop playing?
I was going to say the exact same thing. I was a little brother, so we just copied everything that Todd did.
What happened between the 14 and 25 years?
Oh, well, I played softball.
Okay.
All right.
I was skateboarding.
Of course.
And then there was, surfing, skiing, and everything else in between.
So it was just a little pause on the golf career at that time.
It was a little pause, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was going to university, and golf was, for me, I was too old to become a member at a really affordable spot, so I was just like, I'll just play the odd time. Like when I say I gave up golf, it just means I didn't play every single day. Mm-hmm. Where like post 99, it would have been golf every single day for I don't know how many years. There'd be a few days off, but it was just golf.
That's crazy.
Time.
Yeah, and it was funny. Like I'm sure that time that we both had off, at 10 years different apart, our father would have loved for us to have continued down the road of playing golf and trying to pursue something. And, maybe if we had known differently how accessible going to a U.S. college and getting a scholarship was, maybe we would have gone down that way. But, now it's very easy to see the pathway down. So you can really, if you put your mind to it, that's an easier way to go if you want to be at least see progression in sports. Where like basketball is really tough. If you're not 6'2", to 6'8", then going to play down the U.S. is really not probably going to happen.
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, there's the outlier, like a Muggsy Bogues or all these little short guys that are out there that are just swimming against the stream full time, and by the time they make it, they look like Popeye, and they're so beat up. But the resiliency and determination,
huge forearms, that's yeah.
So how much golf do you guys play now? I mean, it must be harder to balance work, or are you just blending the two of them together more?
It's a good blend now.
Yeah.
I would say that, we get to play a lot of really nice golf courses.
I bet you do.
Yeah, on our travels. I mean, obviously, if we take the 2 years that just passed aside from that, we've been to some of the coolest destinations, and so we're playing lots of really great golf courses, and our golf games are actually pretty good. So maybe people think that we might be playing more than we actually are.
They think you're out there practicing all the time.
We are getting a simulator in our new spot.
Oh my God!
So I'm saying next year could be a monumental year. because we get to play all winter.
It's true. And
Watch
you know,
out.
like the thing about golf, which now that you guys are playing, which you're going to find out really fast, is it's addictive. If you actually get into it and you like it, it's very addictive. And whatever you think, like you don't see progress necessarily, because one day you could shoot a high number and the next day you could shoot your best round and then go right back to the high number again. You're like, how is this possible? And if you are at all competitive, then it's trying to figure out the ways. And that can be as frustrating as the first time you ever take a swing, you know, and you don't hit a ball. So
We know nothing about that.
because you're just perfect. Right out, straight shot off the tee box.
Perfect shot.
Never.
But it's so true. I think, well, it's definitely, I definitely get kind of that bug to want to golf all the time. And the more you do it, the better you feel, or the better you feel like you're getting.
That's a good spot to be in. And that accelerator goes, it's like a high accelerating curve. And then it just starts to plateau when you get good. And then that next level, and this is, I think, a good segue to maybe why we got out of trying to be a professional.
Sure, tell us.
And you know, really going for the gold on the PGA Tour. That next jump in understanding how good the PGA Tour players are is hard to comprehend. How good they are, how accurate they are, how far they hit it, how good their bunker game is, how good their short game is, their putting, their mental game, what they do for travel and tour schedules is, you know, being away from your friends and family. It's exciting at first, I'm sure, but that wears on you, and that day, and you never win. There's
Right.
you know, like there's
Right.
you never win. Like, how good is it coming
There are
in?
guys that have never won and they're millionaires.
Yeah.
But mentally, they're just so beaten. It's like, I'm never going to win.
Never
Never.
good
They're
enough.
looking for an opportunity to stop playing.
That's crazy.
But they're
You
on
should
the
invite
wheel.
them to play with you guys. Just lift their spirits.
Let's get the list.
Oh my God.
Who they are.
Invite them, have an invitational just for these people.
But maybe to prove how addicting golf is we recently, I don't know if you know a guy named Bones. He was Phil Mickelson's caddy forever.
No.
But
No.
he got out of caddying, all right? And he got into...
Mark's embarrassed.
Mark's embarrassed about us.
he's the most infamous caddy, basically, of all time, next to Fluff. So,
Who we're obviously also not familiar with.
yeah, Tiger's caddy. And
No,
one of
I do
Tiger's
know-
infamous caddies.
Yes, I do know that one.
Has a huge, big duster. It's like this, you know.
Muff.
Yeah. Kind of looks like, almost like a walrus. It's so big.
Yes.
Yeah. Bones. So Bones got out of caddying, and he started doing as one of the announcers for NBC. And it seemed like a really good transition for him. And that lasted 1 year?
Yeah, about a year.
About a year. And now he's back to caddying. And now for Justin Thomas. So he did go from, like, you know, top 10 to top 10. But I think he just, like, you know, it's a drug. It's addictive to be out there in the competition and being in the heat and the thrill of it, and sidelined as an announcer, even though he was traveling around the same events, interviewing the guys. It's
Yeah.
just not the same rush. And I think that's what keeps all those guys, and the hope that one day there will be, I think there used to be 32 events, but I think they're up to 45 or something now on it might be 50 events now.
I mean, it's a wraparound season. So
Oh,
basically,
crazy. Like
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. So
So how did you guys, once you started this business, I think first of all, it's genius because everything I've heard about each of you, this is like golf was your life and this was basically the best place for you guys to end up. This is what your family has told me.
it worked out well. I mean, you know, it's one of the things that you can do it's a lifelong sport,
Totally.
It is.
you know? So,
Travel.
yeah, I mean, skateboarding is not a lifelong sport.
Do you still skateboard
Very
today?
dangerous.
I talked about it the other day. I mean, I think they're all around our shop.
Okay, so you think about it.
We cruise around them every once in a while, but I'll let Todd tell a story about one of the reasons why we don't skateboard that often, and that
And why we won't be seeing like
Was there
Dormie
pileups?
design skateboards? Is this
you never know. I mean, like, we love skateboarding, we love the culture, and how technical it is. It's like golf in that respect. I mean, you can do something over and over again, and you're still can mess it up so easily, you know.
And I did have a skateboard company in Florida use one of my paintings for a deck.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
He's a painter. Todd is a
Ooh.
painter
But
as
the
well.
story, though, about the skateboard was because we had a bunch of boards laying around the office. Guy named Kevin Klein, who is an NHL player, comes into town to play a couple different events with us, and he's been a very loyal long-time friend of ours. And he's got into longboarding, and he saw the board, and he was like, "Hey, can I take this out?" And I was like, "Yeah, no problem, man." He's like, What's the road that goes around the back of the shop like?" Because you could see there was a hill there. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's fine, go for it." So I had never taken the board down that hill.
The worst advice.
I mean, the reason why it was such bad advice, though, was because of the conditions. He should have been able to make the long, wide turn and run that speed out, but there was some gravel. There were cars parked there, which aren't normally there.
The gravel's
So there was a couple of different obstacles in his way. Anyway, he just goes crazy and barrel rolls and blows his ankle, like, not apart, but such an intense sprain. And we're about to literally drive to Cabot in less than an hour to go play a practice round. And
with him?
Yeah. And 2
He
rounds
had
of golf.
just flown in. He had just landed.
He'd only landed like
He just
an hour
wanted
and a
to
half
go
ago.
for a rip.
Just
He
go
wanted
for
to
a
go for a
rip.
rip.
Yeah.
What a
Anyway,
sin.
he walked for the next 3 days on that ankle, and just validation of how hard-nosed these NHLers are. He didn't take a cart. He did have a caddy, and he was using a bottle of single malt whiskey as his ball marker. And every time he'd go down to like mark his ball, he'd have the bottle there, take a swig, because that was the only medication that could get him through this painful round for the next 3 days.
You didn't feel obligated to carry him or like help him?
There were a
I'm
few.
not carrying that. That guy's a machine.
So he was numbing the pain.
He was numbing the pain.
Mentally and physically.
But he's also like your warning of why you guys aren't taking the skateboards out on the hill behind the workshop.
That's right.
Or anywhere.
It's got to be a very limited grade.
Very limited grade.
I'm not doing full-blown downhills anymore.
Make sure the trucks are nice and tight.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
I want to know, you guys seem to get along obviously so well and you work together, but what is it like working with each other as brothers?
I mean, it's pretty. There's
You
obviously.
didn't get to answer first for once. I
was-
want to hear what Todd says.
I was letting him answer first because I feel like I've been
Big bro
hogging it.
versus little bro.
I mean, over the years, we've certainly gone to a lot of different places. So the progression of working together is just another level of commitment to family first, and then everybody else second. So we've been able to somehow manage through 7 years, and it wasn't our first crack at it. Alex came out when he was, I think, 14 years old. I got him out to Sunshine Village when I was teaching skiing out there. And, against mom and dad's wishes, because they kind of felt it was going to be a life-altering expedition for him as a 14-year-old.
This is your other brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's our head designer. And so, yeah, we've always done things together, whether it was work, play, or just living together. And we've always been able to maintain somehow that connectivity and family union first. So it's not always gravy, that's for sure.
No, I mean, there's definitely, bumps in the road. And I would say maybe it's like a mogul track. There's always stuff that's coming at you, and it's how you traverse through it that, you get to the other side. And at the end of it, if you make it through, and I think that we're doing a good job making it through. There's a reward at the other side, and really, it's weird sometimes too when you think about like we've tried other partnerships and they don't always work, but a lot of them do. But with family, like you do make an extra effort to make sure that it works. And if stuff goes wrong, like you try and talk about it versus just being like, screw that guy,
I'm going to get a lawyer.
Yeah, just like lawyer up.
They're out,
That's
yeah.
just
That's everybody's initial reaction when
But
things go south.
Yeah, I mean, we've lived and worked together in all different spots, and that includes Banff, that includes Whistler, that includes Florida, that includes Australia. And,
Cruise ships.
Cruise ships, yeah. Yeah, Todd and I was his assistant on the cruise ship.
That's amazing.
The air quotes.
Yeah, because I had the gig, and I was like, man, this is so good. I'm going to figure out a way to get you out here. And I was doing pretty good in sales, so I was like, if I get an assistant out here, I think I can do more. And the guy's like, really? I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, okay, well, we can figure out a way to make that happen. And then I was like, hey man, I think I got you a job. Just created whatever.
How long were you his assistant for?
3 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah,
Long
pretty
enough.
glorious weeks. And the cruise ship has a major hierarchy on it. And luckily, on the cruise ship, golf pros are basically the equivalent of the captain. So
is this true? Can you fact check him right now?
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. I didn't leave on good terms with them, so I can say whatever I want.
Go on.
And yeah, we had basically no restrictions on that ship.
in fact,
crazy.
On my birthday, I was on the cruise ship, and we ate with the captain.
At the table with him.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Did you leave after these 3 weeks? Like, were both of you out of there?
Nope.
No, I got another family member a job.
And that you can only, it's maybe, it would be 13 years later. And it's just okay to talk about it sometimes now.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Amongst certain family members.
Yes.
Oh, this is a touchy
It was a
subject.
very touchy subject.
What went wrong? We can't go into
I mean,
it.
It's
it is.
definitely not, podcast friendly.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get the
We'll
story
talk
after.
about this
Yeah.
offline.
We need to do a re-record.
Oh,
We're
okay.
going to our
Yeah, just
sponsor, Lacadi. This is
Yeah.
an amazing Pinot Grigio.
from Lubo.
Lubo.
We
They're the
love them.
best.
All right, we'll save the cruise ship story. What I want to know is you guys are known for the amazing designs that you do with the head covers. They're incredible. What was the first design that you guys did?
It definitely is another good question, and if I had to come, because we had such limited experience in it, and our resources were so narrow, and really when we first started, we found a lady, Trish, and she was on Kijiji.
Shout out
This
Trish.
is okay.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this story.
Oh yeah, and Trish was awesome. I mean, when I emailed her for the first time, her email was dragonlady at I think it was at hotmail.com.
I think that's a great sign.
Yeah,
We probably can't actually give it the email right now, but maybe people will email and go, hey, can you make me some leather head covers?
yeah. I mean, I would.
She'd be like, oh, you must know the boys.
Is she still doing it?
She was so awesome. No, but we did outgrow Trish, and but I will say we had bought the machine from her that she had purchased for us to do this, because she quickly realized that she was completely undergunned with the machines that she had, and she didn't have a true leather walking foot.
Right.
And again, we were so green in this business.
So I just want to clarify this. You
Yeah.
reached out to a woman through Kijiji and
Yes.
we're like, hey, can you sew some head covers for us? We've got the leather.
We have an idea.
We have an idea. Yeah. She says yes. She
Yes.
tries to do it, realizes her sewing machine doesn't work. So she buys another one so she
Yes.
can sew your head covers. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Because the covers started flowing in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
She turned her living room into a production facility.
Yeah.
The queen.
Oh, yeah.
She moved the TV. The coach got kicked out.
Yeah.
Her
That's amazing.
partner was like, this is awesome. We got, keep bringing it.
Keep
We're
bringing
like,
it.
okay,
We'll
we
keep
will.
scaling.
That's
Oh my gosh.
so this
Yeah.
just took off out of the gate. Is that sort of what happened?
It did, and not to go off on too many tangents, but the first ever trade show we went to was the Atlantic Zone PGA, and we didn't have any covers, and that were finished. There were some that were like kind of half put together, but like nothing close to what we would ever sell. And we threw some leather on a table, had a couple nice leather chairs, and we were handing out. We thought it was a genius idea at the time. We love dark and stormies. Mm-hmm. So instead of dark and stormies, we did dark and dormies.
Okay.
And we're like, oh, this is genius, And everybody, bought in. They're like, what are you guys making? And we're like, leather head covers. And they're like, can we place an order right now? What are they going to be like? And we're like, they're going to be awesome.
Trust me.
Do you go into sales classes sometimes and retell this story?
It's this easy, guys.
Yeah.
But to skip forward again to a completely other, unrelated but kind of related story is, where it's taken us or to some pretty cool places. One of them being Bermuda, and Todd and I were golfing with Malcolm Gosling Jr. and Sr., and we were telling them this story about the darkened Dormie. And these, we're now we never thought we'd ever meet a Gosling, but I don't even think we knew Gosling's had people that were actually behind it, like a family.
A real family.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just a name.
Not just a name, like parody or...
Yeah, but they're an eighth
That's so
generation
Wow.
family-owned business. And so it was like meeting these guys was inspirational. They were awesome cats. They embraced us like we were family, and we were telling them the story, and now they're, Malcolm Jr., we talk to him all the time.
That's so cool.
And we're hoping that eventually there may be a Darkened Dormie release.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. But,
Well, you guys must have met so many people living down in Florida, being pro golfers. Were you able to kind of build connections, send them some products, or kind of get them to buy your products early on?
Yeah, that was definitely how we first started, because I was a PGA Canada member since 2008, or 9. I can't remember exactly which year it was, but through those years up to 2014, all the Canadian guys I knew because I lived in Ontario for 2 years. That's how I met Kevin, the NHLer working at Georgian Bay. So we did have a step ahead of any competitor that was going to enter the arena because we had some really close ties, and we're pretty trustworthy, family in general. So once you meet us, if we have an idea, most people are going to be like, well, we'll give you at least one shot. But once you get that one shot, we make sure that thing is like a knockout. And most people hang around, and, we're into, 7 rounds with a lot of them now at this point, looking at trying to get to that 15th round, because who knows how long this thing's going to cook for. But
yeah, that one chance to make a first impression is so true. And we had made the first impression by, being friends and at the start making the connection. But then once a business relationship is so different than just being friends with someone, because you actually have to turn that into a sales pitch, and then you're accountable to it, and you got to deliver. And there is a fine line between friends and business, and then that line of if you don't deliver, does that mean you lose a friend and a business opportunity? So we treat everything like everybody's treated the same, and we really wanted to kill it with customer service, but we really also wanted to kill it with designs and never resting on our laurels, and just we take a win and then be like, how can we get better? So I don't know, I guess that kind of stems a little bit from golf too, and competitive. Our father is so competitive, and we inherited that, probably to our mother's dismay, but yeah,
definitely.
Some friendly competitiveness. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of your favorite head covers? Because the designs are truly one of the things that make them stand out so much.
I had that Gosling's cover on all summer. That thing was a beauty.
Gosling's just getting a major picture.
Yeah.
We're going to reach out to them, see if they want to sponsor this episode.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of them in the world. So one of them was
Sarah will find them.
given to the contest winner, and then the other one was a prototype, and I just took it for my bag.
Amazing.
And it had the Dark and Stormy recipe on the back, and then we did this huge leather applique mixed drink, which had a kind of a cascading colorway, so that you knew it was a Dark and Stormy, the 3 colors. So that was a good one.
You guys are just, the designs are insane, insanely detailed.
There's holiday designs. I guess they were mummies or some type of wrapped.
The
purple.
Halloween ones,
Yeah.
yes.
I thought when you said holiday, I was thinking the Christmas designs, because there's tons of Christmas designs.
Ooh, we didn't get into Christmas
Yeah.
yet, but that's awesome.
But yes, Halloween is also a holiday.
Good stocking stuffers for our listeners to get their
Yes.
woman or man in their life.
Who loves golf.
And also the
yeah.
towel. Remember that cool towel? There was a
yeah.
tie-dye towel. So cool. You guys must have so much fun. What's the creative process like?
It can be really long and arduous, but I think that we have 4 full-time designers just that are on, doing digital design. and an amazing sales team, and then the production team backs up everybody else. So the sales guy is out selling something that he or she does not know if it's even possible to be made.
Always working under the assumption that it is possible.
Anything's possible, because that's basically what we've done the whole time, is like completely fake it to make it. So it's like, sell what we're gonna, you know, like, yes, the dream, and then you take it back to the production team and they're like, what is this, and how are you expecting us to make, do you know the time that it takes to make this? And we're like, but is it possible?
Like, give us an example. Is there any that are so out there?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Samurai.
Yeah, the samurai.
Oh, I've seen the samurai. That one's good. There's like are their eyes, or I'm thinking,
You want the little Fu Manchu?
yeah.
It's a traditional, like, Sting, who has been with us almost since day one. Once we had taken everything under our own, production facility and controlled all that aspect, Sting was one of our first team members to join, and he's a wicked guy and ultra creative and a graduate in ASCAD, and he loves challenges. Like, he just lives for the challenge.
No problem.
Oh, totally. And he was like, well, I'm going to do the research into like how the weaving techniques of the leather, and
Oh my God.
yeah, and he was making like, it was a mold that he had to make to get, because it's fully 3D. Like a normal head cover maybe maybe 1.5 to 2 inches wide. This thing is like 7-8 inches on the top.
I want to see that.
With all the traditional hair, and
There's a reel on our Instagram. That
Are they
shows it.
popular?
Does it?
Like, do people, because it's so unique?
it certainly that raised the bar so high that I mean, really, you can't. I don't even know how much higher that you can get with that, because
that is a one-off piece of art. Like,
Yeah,
it truly is. Like,
Oh, Sarah, you need that.
I like the
it.
peacock. That one's my favorite right now.
and this is the evolution of that. So like that right there, and I think this really has skyrocketed us into like, what are the capabilities and possibilities, because that one was made that was Brian Affleck.
Peacock?
The peacock, yeah. This is a local PGA guy, and he came in. He was like, I just want a peacock, and the designer came back with this elaborate peacock, and I'm like,
It's not like he was asking for a seagull either.
Like, you thought it would just be one on the side of the cover?
yeah, I mean, like most,
Just a peacock.
For example, what would differentiate us from the competition, and this is a great example. Someone would say, I want a peacock cover, and another company would embroider a peacock onto a cover and be like, that's a peacock. Oh, there's Sting right there. Yes.
This is
The killer.
samurai.
That's it.
That's so,
This is
that is so
insane.
crazy.
Is there a hat on this thing?
Yeah.
It's a helmet.
It's a helmet, yeah.
Yeah.
A leather helmet.
Oh
That's
my
amazing. You'll
God.
have
I'm
to-
going to have to link this in the show notes for
That's the
everyone.
Fu Manchu there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
check
God.
at Dormie Workshop on Instagram to see that reel. That's so cool.
Wait, I mean to interrupt you. Keep
That's all
going.
good. I mean, that is, it's just a perfect example of, we never thought when we started this business that we would ever come to a spot where that is what we would be making.
Actually, you know what?
Right.
I do have a quick story about why we ended up into this position.
Sure.
Because as the sales lead, I was like the sales guy. Jeff was looking after all the production and all the crazy stuff that was his specialty.
Everything else.
Yeah.
And not
So-
my specialty, just so you know. But worked out.
I mean, he
Now.
went to Bishop's and took a business degree, so he got lobbed onto that one. But
That was perfect for you.
the sales one, I was like, okay. I think it was like within the first year, somebody said, "Oh, like what's your ultimate goal?" And I was like, "My ultimate goal would be to sell a head cover worth $1,000." And I don't know why I said 1,000. I could have said 5,000. It wouldn't have meant any different, because it was like, who's going to buy a $1,000 head cover? So then I was like, oh, I actually adhered to that rule, and I was like, that's a good story. I'm going to start saying that. So when I get that, I got it teed up, and I always be like, oh, we're just pursuing the $1,000 head cover. And I'd say this at every trade show, just $1,000 head cover. Well, this summer I got this text from our sales lead main man, Matt Stewart, And he's like, do you remember what you said? And I was like, I don't know what, there was no context to it whatsoever.
He says so many things.
I've said so many things.
But I should have known it was sales related because this guy just lives and breathes sales. So I was like, I don't know. And I think you were CC'd in that text.
Yeah.
And so he kind of slow played it. And then he was like, yeah, man, I just, you wanted a $1,000 head cover? Well, we just made one for $1,700. And I was like,
You look surprised right now, actually, Jeff.
Because it was so outrageous at the time. Because like hitting each of those next mark, those benchmarks of like 500, 600, and it was like
we were always flirting
Pushing
like
it.
800.
and it became certainly not a game, but for like a joke between us and Matt and
a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So there's a
From the sales guy.
competitive thing.
Yeah.
Totally. And so when the actual number came in, it was a bit shocking, that, but then when you saw the progression, like the story behind it, and then why or what it was going to be
And how long it would take.
Yeah.
And the study behind it and the hours. So it ended up taking Sting 5 days to make that thing. So people are out there, if they, let's say they ended the podcast about a minute ago, they were like, what a bunch of a-holes. They don't know that we lost our shirts on that.
Yeah.
We lost our shirts on that.
Yeah.
But the marketing that came out of it and the side, and the level of like that bar just being raised to a point where people, I don't even think they even try anymore.
There's no possible way to scale that.
Right.
Like that is it's a piece of artwork, and it should never be gamed, but it will be, and that is also beautiful. That person will he actually ordered 4 more.
There's fairways.
I bet everyone that sees this at the golf course or on the back of a cart or in his bag probably asks every single time, what is this? Where
And
did
they
you
give
get
him
it?
every 3-footer too, out of fear that he might rip out some type of sword and cut their arm
Yeah,
off.
pick it up. You're good.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
8-footer, that's good. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, so favorite head cover though, that's a really tough one. I'd probably say that might be the favorite. Even not that it's the most expensive, but I had a lot of loyalty. I love the Raptors, and I've had a Kyle Lowry cover on my clubs forever, and it was Kyle had one and I had one, and that was it. And I love that. That's the.
Does he know that?
Yeah, totally. We never put it into production, and we just kept it as just Kyle, and I made one for myself, and that was it. And so that was a special one, and that's really where the favorites come in. Is like the ones that have this meaning attached to it, and that's why they are amazing gifts. And a lot of times people give these ones, and it's so emotional, and the tears, and you're remembering a loved one, or a pet that you lost, or that's what happens to a lot of these things. So they become huge emotional pieces, even though they may not be your favorite. They are to someone else, and that's what makes them really special.
Oh,
yeah.
I love seeing good a mix of covers on a bag. I got it. We actually have the same set. We got new clubs, and they're all the heads of the ones that they came with. Yeah, and it's kind of boring. We need to.
I wasn't
spice it up
about it, but evidently
it almost pained. That actually pained me when I heard that.
Well,
yeah,
okay, we'll have to get you to make a rival and queen one.
I do have one. My dad part owns a golf course, Offspray Ridge, and I do have an Offspray Ridge one, but I did take it off. I need to put it back on. But I don't think it's not a Dormie one. I don't know where he got it, but
No, I think we're doing something for Osprey.
maybe it is.
I'm pretty sure we have.
I actually just don't know where it is. I'm gonna find it.
We'll just text
mix
Bill
it
right
up.
now. We're gonna have
He'll
to
be
get
so mad.
we're gonna have to get some rival and queen ones made. We'll get one for Mark too. You
Good
like
idea.
the purple, right?
Bright purple, some crowns, some
crowns.
microphones.
There you go. You put Ashley's face on it.
Is this a Crown Royal plug?
What?
We could put
Rival
crown.
and queen.
No, but with the purple and then
The
the
purple
crown.
is the color of our logo.
Oh, okay.
Queen's
you
in
were
the
pointing-
name.
Okay, sorry.
No,
I
but
take
we
that one
could
back.
put Crown Royal on there.
We don't want the Crown Royal. We want the rival and queen.
We'll do it all.
That's where the name stemmed from. They just didn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
were
love
drinking a
that.
bunch of Crown Royal one night. and
Such
they're
a beautiful
"Rival and
bottle.
Queen."
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Crown Royal was our drink of choice?
Wouldn't that surprise you? I don't think I've ever had it.
I mean, Ryan Coke was a big drink down here. Yeah, so it's either a Canadian Club or Crown Royal.
Right. And how many young women do you know?
I used to drink Captain Morgan and Coke.
Maybe you haven't been to the Dome.
We have.
I've only been to the Dome once.
I think I've only been a couple times too, actually.
Yeah, I've only been once.
Long time ago.
When I was 21.
Well,
Anyways.
Once.
What?
Once a week.
Oh, once a week. Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I can give you the evolution of the Dome if you'd like.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to definitely. Let's get that on the episode.
We could just do a whole episode.
I think we'll save that and the cruise ship story for the after.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That'll be the outtakes.
All right. Well, before we play our famous game, Sarah,
Our favorite.
I want to ask both of you, what are you excited about right now? What's lighting you up inside? It could be about anything.
in your hearts.
Definitely, I got two things.
Okay.
Well, actually three. So business-wise, we're moving, and the new shop is going to be awesome. It has a simulator, a showroom, a wicked production facility that is going to be inspiring and colorful and playful and just not your stereotypical what people consider as a production facility. And again, hopefully separating us.
We've been to a lot of production facilities, and this is not looking like a production facility.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah. So we'll take you in for a tour.
We would love that.
Second, we are building a house and on the 10th green at Brunello. Yeah, and we built a little party shack out back. Yeah, that overlooks the 10th green.
Wait, are you guys building this house together?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to live together and work together? Is this a good idea? Has anyone talked to you
We've lived everywhere together.
We bought a Coke coffin. So I don't know who's going first, but the second part.
They'll just dig the other one up.
Wow.
A lot of sense. Yeah, that's
As
great.
long as someone's asked the question, you've talked through it.
I have to say I've never been to Brunello and not seen, I mean, it could be anyone's Dormie trucks like your team, but they're always there.
We're doing market research.
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
That's smart. Yeah.
Very smart.
So much research that you're going to live there.
Even after work, we end up going to the golf course to do more research. It's crazy.
I know. You can write all that off, though. You're going to have a great view, probably, of where all the girls stop to pee on the golf course with your new
Number
house.
10, I mean, that would be...
We don't do that.
It would be right after the clubhouse, so they would have just passed.
That's true. We don't pee usually.
Sometimes
there.
you're in a hurry.
It's the 9th tee box.
Oh,
is,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
the busy corner.
Yeah, they get in trouble.
It's an environmentally sensitive area now.
Apparently. And there's washrooms
I think
ahead.
Brunello should take it as a sign that they need to put another washroom
Yeah.
on the golf course.
Yeah.
You could swing into their spot. Use the shack. So you're building a house. You're moving the new workshop.
Yeah, and travel's back.
And travels.
Yeah, so those are my three. I think that...
Those are good ones.
Yeah, we're back into a little bit of weight off our shoulders and being able to move around again. It's nice.
Where's the new shop?
Do you know where the Rubber Ducky is on Lady Hammond?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do.
We are
North
right behind the
End.
Rubber Ducky.
Ooh.
Yeah.
By Rogue.
Fancy.
Yeah. Rogue's just up the street.
Sweet.
We love it. What about you? What's lighting you up, Todd?
I mean, I would echo all those.
Okay.
But from a sales perspective, we've got a lot of new collaborations.
Yeah.
And I just signed an NDA last week. That's going to, when this thing pops, we'll be back on
Is
there.
it with Drake?
Imagine if it was.
We did some OVO covers last year.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Okay. No one's that interested in Drake.
When might we hear about
Kanye
this?
West. Should we just start guessing businesses and names?
I know when the month that it would be that everything's going to...
Okay, tell us the month.
August.
We're gonna.
That didn't take much.
Yeah, snap. That was it.
Wow.
Okay, well,
August
we're going to have to wait.
2022. It's going in my calendar. I put an extra 2. I was so excited.
That's 9 months away, but we're here for it.
All right, so it's
It
definitely.
won't be on this continent.
Intern going.
Is it for Harry Styles? I'm just joking.
You know what?
Elton
You guys can't
John.
even guess anymore because he may be giving too much away now.
Okay.
Is it DNA or NDA?
The Queen?
Screwed up.
Prince William?
Oh, Prince Harry's on
Okay,
this
all
continent
right.
now. All right, let's move on.
Sarah, take it away.
Imagine if it was for the Queen. and then she'd die before you got it out. Oh, okay, enough. All right, now we're going to play around with Queenigrams, which is very easy. It's our made-up game. All you have to do, you're each going to have a turn. We're going to have a turn too, and we'll all answer the questions. Pick a number between 1 and 143, and Todd's going to go first because he's been going second this whole time. So, Todd, pick a number.
Black 24.
And I'm going to ask you a question, and everyone's going to answer. Who is your favorite rapper that's not on this continent?
That's not on this continent?
Joking. We're still guessing.
I'd say right now, Post Malone's. I'd take that.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Jeff, how about you?
A lot of good ones, but one that always has stood out and gets the most plays, which is the notorious B.I.G.
Ooh.
Throwing it back.
Are you like, can I change my answer now?
I mean, if we're going to go all the way back, then I would go LL, but...
That is true. He was a big LL, like he was LL's #1 fan.
Really?
Stop!
Well, he likes Jeeps. Todd does.
Okay.
So does LL.
I was
Makes so much
influenced by the
sense.
guys I was playing ball with.
He went by LL Cool T.
Did you?
Oh, this is great.
Are you going to ask me this
Yeah,
question?
I'm asking you this question.
2 are coming to mind since Todd answered 2. I'm going to give you 2.
Oh.
I love Kanye. I don't love him as much as a person, but I love Kanye and Jay-Z.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jay-Z.
They kind of go hand in hand, I guess.
They do. So many
Well,
good
no,
albums.
Jay-Z's been consistent. Kanye is just, he had a couple good albums, but the last albums are just so far removed, in my opinion.
Life of Pablo is
That's like
my
her favorite
favorite.
thing. She loves it.
But that was
That's like
4 years
Yeah, I
ago.
was going to say 4 or 5 years ago.
So, I'm saying like the
Watch
last
the
Sometimes it
Throne.
takes years to create. It just took Adele 6 years.
And we're saying that the new one is good?
I'm just joking.
Donda?
I haven't listened to
Do
it.
you like Donda?
Donda?
Is that that single that they're playing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's for his mom, whatever.
Some
I know.
people like it and some people don't.
But, there'd
older
be...
Kanye is so good. Graduation.
Oh, yeah, incredible album.
Oh, yeah.
What's
so
the one?
good.
There was an album him and Jay-Z did together. Watch the Throne. Is that it? Yeah. That's a good album. Okay. Sarah, who's your favorite
My
rapper?
favorite rapper right now is Quake Matthews.
From
Quake?
Halifax,
No
Nova
way.
Scotia.
Well, I
That's
don't listen to a
awesome.
lot of, but I actually really like Quake's latest album, and I love him. He's just so funny.
That's cool. We've heard a lot of really good things about him.
He's amazing. He's so good.
Yeah.
We
He'll
had
be
him.
coming for a head cover soon. Is he your August 2022 release? I'm just joking. All right. Jeff, pick a number for us from 1 to 143.
Well, let's just go with the great one, 99.
Wayne Gretzky.
Ooh. All right, let's see. I feel like we had this question the other week. This is great.
People
If
like
you
this number.
came with a warning label, what would it say? Todd, you're going to have to answer this too, so just get thinking.
Man, this is a tough one.
Is it?
Yeah.
This
the
season,
greats.
I would say for him, it'd be 4 left.
Wow.
A lot of love.
That
Maybe
would be
you
the
should each
only
give each
4
other
that would
one.
happen because I only hit it left this year if I missed the fairway, which was very infrequently.
Okay.
But left's better than right.
Congratulations.
In
That's
the
not so
scenario,
much.
I was a right rough player my whole life. So, I've cut out the right and brought in the left.
I'm hitting right a lot of the time. Okay, what would?
Oh, he still hasn't answered the question.
Yeah,
Well, he
I
only
didn't know if you were
answered-
going to
he only
answer
said
for each
about
Are you
other.
accepting that? You're accepting that answer?
I mean, it's not inaccurate.
But that's the one you would pick.
He just didn't say the percentage of times that you would have to say that. So, which would be far and few between. Few and far
Okay.
between.
Okay.
I mean, I gave him a shot. I'll absorb my own shot here.
Okay. What is
Clubs may be tossed.
Angry.
Now, I haven't thrown a club in, not this year, maybe last year once.
Did you get it back, or was it like gone?
No, I always find them.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's not in
Todd's
the
might
pond.
be-
No, except one. There's one in a palm tree at Doral. It's a putter. It's a Seymour.
Yeah, Todd's might be amuse yourself while you're out there, because you won't be talking very much.
You're really serious?
It's
Depends on the round.
Okay.
It's like very bipolar.
Sounds like you
if
are.
he's playing good, man. I mean, it is cloud nine. Yeah, I mean, best guys. Everything's
music
fun.
on.
Beers
man,
are cracking. It's everybody's laughing. Jokes getting thrown. Man, the only thing getting thrown the other way is clubs and evil looks.
Okay, so it could even be like takes golf very seriously.
I mean, that
Or
would
do
be
not
a warning.
do not talk.
That would be my Wikipedia opening line.
Okay, we can write
That's a
that
good
tonight.
question. We're gonna have to put that in there.
Yeah.
All right, Ash, do you want? Oh yeah, what's your warning label?
Yeah, we did have this question the other day. I think mine was said very organized. I'm not going to use that one today. I'm going to say bring me coffee
Bring me coffee. I like that one.
in the morning. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I'm seeing where the term queen comes from.
I need to be highly caffeinated.
Oh, Jeff's gonna die when he hears that one.
He'll be happy.
He'll be on the floor.
He brings me coffee every day.
He does. He's great. Not you, Jeff. Her husband, Jeff.
The other Jeff.
The
other
other
Jeff.
Jeff. Jeff with the J.
I'm with the J. You
I know, that's what I was
But it's all good though. It's all
Both with a
good.
J.
Yeah.
The J's. Okay. I just want to give some context to them. Yours is usually,
I know. I'm doing a new one.
I know,
It's
but I
gonna
think
be
they're
more
the funniest.
confusing.
I hope it's as
Okay.
funny as they usually are.
I know. I don't know if it's going to be. So my warning label, I'm going to go with today, is everyone's really looking at me too much. I'm feeling under pressure.
Okay, we won't
I
look
feel
at
like
you.
it's not
Look
as
at the poodle
funny
down
as
there.
I was thinking.
Look at
Oatmeal.
oatmeal.
My warning label today is going to be May chant, because my throat chakra feels very blocked right now. And I feel like I
told
need
you it would be
some
something.
chanting. Some humming, some singing, some sounds, I feel like that's really what my body
On a
needs
golf
right now.
course, that can be really like inhibitive of playing with new people.
Well, I think there'd be a problem for you. It wouldn't be a
It
problem for
would be.
me.
I would have a built-in excuse.
It depends on the day.
be
You
looking
guys would
around.
kill each other.
Yeah, sure. That's what I mean, that chant could keep him going for 18 holes. Yeah.
Or
You might feel really
wouldn't-
like your chakras might align, your heart might be
he
open.
probably wouldn't have any golf clubs left by the time he got back.
You wouldn't even get through the round.
I'm going to say there must be a little meditation and some yoga going on in your life.
I think
A
a little
little?
would be
That's
an
an
understatement.
That's it. Okay. The surge chakras.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're just throwing chakras around.
I think when you said earlier you woke up and you weren't meditating.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought it came to me when I was meditating. It was
Right.
when I woke up.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Is there any covers that have crystals and
Ooh.
positive words of affirmation on them?
We had thought about going down that road as a series. I was really into like,
Todd's like, hell no.
Todd's like, never. I don't want to meet these people on the golf course ever. Maybe
But we'll
that's
buy
why you
them.
should make the line so you can spot them.
I know, and we can sell 6 of them. It'd be awesome.
this is a story that goes back to Florida.
We'll sell them
All
for
right.
you.
And Todd and I,
problem.
we were playing. We used to play skins games all the time, and he was having a bad day, but he had a few in a row, and it was getting like really hard to go out and have some fun, and So, anyways, I debated what I was gonna. I debated
funny.
on what I was gonna do because we just couldn't keep going. It was gonna be a collision at some point, right? And
You sound like a delight to golf with.
and this is who I play 90% of my golf with.
Can't wait till you both live on a golf course together.
Oh yeah, amazing. And I went and I was like, it was so heartfelt. I was like, listen, man, you have to make a change right now. I'm more analytical for sure and emotional, and I'm like, it's time for a change. And I bought him a recorder, and I was like, you need to start writing. So, because he's an amazing writer. And I was like, you need to do anything but golf right now. I
Get
cannot
your
play with you
emotions
anymore.
out.
And so I think some gold came on that thing.
Yeah, I think I actually stopped playing basically 10 minutes after that conversation.
Yeah,
I
and
stopped playing for I don't know how long.
might have been 6 months.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was a hard reflection time.
Oh yeah, that was like at my tail end in Vero Beach. And I was like, well, I'm going to do something. I'm probably just going to surf for the rest of my life. Maybe I'll start painting again. And Jeff was like, well, why don't you start writing too? And I was like, yeah. Okay.
That's what it was. I think that's what it was, because he would say, I would rather do anything than be playing golf.
Ooh.
Why am I here?
And I was broke as shit. I mean, like to say broke, like I was living in a van, barely able to afford gas. So
in Florida.
Yeah, it wasn't like the greatest lifestyle.
Right.
So
Not
like people
ideal.
out there, they think it's like golf pros are staying at the W and getting free cookies and drinking nonstop,
Right.
and there's models everywhere. I was like, man, I hadn't seen if we were living. They call it Zero Beach because there's 0 women there.
My in-laws have a house
zero.
there, so we go there a lot, and they do call it Zero Beach.
Yeah.
Because at night it's like
There's nothing going on.
crickets.
Yeah, and the other beach town we were living in was also, I mean, I hate even saying this, but it was called Scumtona.
Oh God.
So, or Boomerang Beach, because like you'll always leave and come back.
Because
It just
it was so
sucks you
good.
back in.
There's nowhere to go.
I always loved it.
Yeah, I always kind of hated people calling it Scumtona because we love Daytona Beach. So much fun. Anyways,
Yeah, that was the best part of Florida for me.
yeah,
was 5 years
there was a
there.
lot of time. A lot of friends came down, stayed with us at different times, and spent time at the beach. Tay Tizzle.
Yeah, the Canadian Embassy.
The
That's what they called
Canadian
it.
Embassy. I love that. But you had your time of reflection to reconnect as well. So
Yeah.
And I ended up living in Charlotte on and off for about 5 years. I dated a girl there for a long time, and my best bud in Charlotte is this guy named John Thompson, and he came up to me on the range one day. I was practicing, and he was like, if you ever need a golf lesson, I think he was like half cutting into me a little bit, just playing a joke, and we ended up becoming best buds, and his birthday is October 15th, which is the same as Todd's. And these guys were like exact replicas of one another on the golf course. So I was like, as I wasn't around Todd, I inherited
found one.
my brother in
Long lost
Charlotte.
brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
anyways.
That's so nice. Well, this has been so great to have you guys on and just learn more about you guys and Dormie and just hear all these stories. We're having such a blast chatting to you.
Yeah, it's so nice to see such a successful company come out of Atlantic, Canada,
And the family
so good.
business.
Yeah.
I know we're very proud, and we feel, pretty fortunate that for all the opportunities that we've had to now, and people that have given us a chance. So thank you to those people, and but it's been a lot of fun, yeah, most of it. And yeah, we said earlier, you asked a question about family. It's really hard sometimes with family, but you wouldn't rather it with anybody else. So that's
100%.
important.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Where can people find you guys online?
Our website's dormieworkshop.com, and all our social handles are Dormie Workshop.
And you can find us at Golf Galaxy in the U.S.,
Ooh.
Golf Town in Canada,
Yes.
and about 350 other places around the
All
globe.
the courses.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, we will keep people updated on the new location and also
Obviously, August and the Raveling Queen head covers.
Yeah,
obviously.
TBD.
The Crown Royals are going to look amazing.
Email us if you'd like one. We'll start getting these off the ground. They'll be at Offspray Ridge. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks.